With regards to if Brendan goes, and he had the interview in the week, didn't he, where he was asked whether he would stay, whether he wanted to stay, or words to that effect, and he said yes, and he sort of didn't sound overly convinced himself, but we know why he said it, because he wants players in, and he wants the club to match his ambition so he can have a chance in the Champions League and progress the team, and everything he said made sense. But the club have to, everybody talks about the club's model and the sort of signing policy, but essentially, and I still don't actually know, and you guys can sort of enlighten me here, how the sort of the signing policy at Celtic goes in terms of who makes that final decision, because it always seems to be sort of pushed around there. Well, it's a club signing. I don't know, but that's maybe a tactic as well. But no, it's about building, and that's why I think everybody's looking. Brendan in his last year of his, I'm saying nothing new here, by the way, Brendan in his last year of his contract, and then there are people thinking, well, the club aren't necessarily, there's those theories out there, the club aren't necessarily going to let Brendan choose who he wants to choose because he's in the last year and because there hasn't been that commitment. So until we get over the line with the contract situation, then it's all. That's what you.
That shouldn't be the case, though. I mean, a club of Celtic size should have a recruitment.
It shouldn't be. They should have the policy. And they sign a player because
he's a good player.
Because they've done all the analytics and he's a good player and he's going to be a good fit.
Surely that is the case.
Yeah,
you'd have thought.
You would have thought so. I mean, there'll be 2 or 3 of them, and then the manager will pick the one he wants out of 3 of them. That's or 5 of them or 6 of them or whatever it is. That's what you would imagine.
What is your gut feeling? Do you think you'll still be Celtic manager this time next year? I'm putting you both in the spot, but
my gut feeling will all depend on how the Champions League goes. I see.
Okay,
is my feeling on it. I think if Brendan Rodgers progresses Celtic again, and they show that that wasn't a one-off, and they're capable of going on again, I think I may be tempted to keep at it. But
it sounds crazy.
I think Champions League have a big
bearing
on it.
Sounds crazy. We've said this in the Celtic pod before on Hotline Live, but if Celtic were to win the league this year, Chris, 5 in a row, you're Brendan Rodgers, and I get it's only halfway to 10, but you might look at that and look at how strong Celtic are. Could be an outside chance you could look at that and go, I walked away from 10 in a row once before. I know it's a long time. I get that, but how often do these chances come up? I don't know.
Brendan Rodgers said to Chris on the touchline, and Chris and all the people on the touchline at Tannadice last year, nobody knows what I'm thinking.
Right.
I'm the only person who knows what I'm thinking.
No.
Other than Dan.
So you're throwing us under the bus, trying to get us to tell us what.
Yeah, I mean, that's fairy tale stuff.
It is.
How many years would that be in total?
Yeah.
As a Celtic manager?
All right, Bill.
I think that I'll go before. I think we will know at the end of this transfer window if Brendan's staying.
Interesting.
That's not really.
Oh,
it's not
really. Why do you think that? Just to depend on who gets signed.
Yes.
Right.
100%. Not the. It's sort of beyond the Champions League. It's whether he feels that they can. He talked about progressing the club. He feels he has the players in, because nobody knows that if Celtic do get in the Champions League, and then things don't go well. They play play some really tough teams or whatever. Get on the wrong side of a few decisions, this, that, and the other. Then, if he feels he still has the quality the quality players there who can progress, then I think he will stay. But I think we'll find out in the next few weeks with who comes in.